How are you?
I'm well. A little bit more volume. So, how old are you?
Okay. You well?
How old are
You
you?
will you will have a field day with me. I am 30, well, about to turn
Why
36.
would I have a field day with you?
I've been listening to you for the past few weeks.
Then you
And
should know that I'm pretty fair. As long as you reason, as long as you tell the truth.
yes, sir.
You don't have to
Um,
call me sir, but go ahead.
Staying on topic, I, of course, have dated outside.
Okay.
And, especially now at my age, I have put money, I have put money and generating more money above settling down.
Okay.
And now, I'm definitely at, you know, as you said the other day, you are closer to 40 than
Now
30.
you're gonna have to speed it up and get to the question because I got more people in there. What's up?
So
Go ahead.
my point is since my situation, I'm buying a house on the lake and I'm going to find a mate in Silicon Valley.
Find a
So who could
maid or a mate?
mate, M-A-T-E, husband,
Oh, you
potential.
are you?
Well, I have the money, so
Oh, so you're gonna go buy one?
well, make myself more
How
attractive
tall
so
are
that
you?
5'10" and a half.
Dress size.
Pre a size 12. I gained weight in my 30s. A size 12,
I didn't know
5'10".
that's 30. Okay. And what's the largest dress size you've been?
Oh, 14. 14.
Okay. So you're going to
Uh,
go buy a house on the
yes.
lake
My
and then you go,
house.
okay. And and you're going to be in what part of California?
No, I'm buying a home
Okay.
in Gainesville, a lake house.
Okay.
And after that, get liposuction. After that, go fly to Silicon Valley, here and there, because the income definitely allows me to, my
Well,
income,
congratulations. You
and
got money.
and use the money as access to
No,
gain
no,
access.
no, 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 no. You're in the fantasy world. See, that's what we do. Look. What I need you to do is look straight ahead. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Then I need
Yes,
you. Then I need you to look straight ahead. Focus
yes,
direct. Look yourself in the eye. Okay. And then I need you
yes.
to look 90 degrees down. Do you see a penis there?
You are Kevin.
Then you're trying to do things like men would do. No, you get found. See, you're trying to cheat. You're trying to cheat because you have money. I'm going to go buy a house. So that'll be some bait. Then I'm going to cheat and get liposuction because I don't want to do the work. Then I'm going to go out to California and try to sprinkle myself around and hope I can bait somebody. Good. Do you want somebody making money on your level?
To be very honest with you,
That's a
not
yes or
necessarily.
no.
I am open to men who do not.
Okay, so would you good with somebody making 50,000, 40,000 to $50,000 a year?
If he
Is
was,
that a yes or no? Don't give me an if and don't give me this bull crap. If he was a genie, yes or no? 50 grand.
yes, if he's in the military,
Oh, no,
police
no, no.
officer,
See, no,
yes.
no. You don't. Wow. If he's in the military, a man, would you be all right with him making 50 grand as long as it's legal?
Yes, yes, Kevin, I'm okay with that. Yes.
Wow. The point being, man, the men that make what you make, we've already discussed that. But are you all right paying for a man? Because you're going to want to live at your income level. Yes or no?
Kevin, may I ask a
After
question?
you answer mine,
So your
do
so
you?
your
He's
question,
making 50,000. Are you willing to live on 50?
No, I
Then you don't want a $50,000 man.
no, to answer your question, yes, I'm okay with a 50,000
But you
annualized.
don't want to live on his money. So you listen, man. When's the last time you had a long-term relationship with a man?
I knew you would ask
Of course I
this.
am, because you are very detached from reality. And you got the
I
money. You could pay for the session, or we can do it here. Ma'am,
I know I actually did go
let's just get
to
right to the point. You
I
have
did go
priced yourself out of the market. Your success is good, but it doesn't count. You have a looks market, not a financial market. The average black man in this country earns $40,000. That's the bulk of the men. And are you an above? Are you you already said you're a plus size woman. Are you pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous naturally? You're an average
now,
looking woman.
no.
You're an average looking woman who's over her healthiest weight.
Hence the liposuction.
It's still, oh, Jesus Christ. The delusion is just real.
But if I had the money, like
You
even
can't
like
buy a
you
man.
said,
You can't, first off, you can't buy a high value man.
can I buy beauty to lead me
No,
that
because you
direction?
don't know. No, you got what you got. You want to lie. See, liposuction without the exercise, you'll just get fat.
I work
All
out.
right, ma'am. I am going to hang this up because I keep telling you something. And this is why dealing with women your age is a problem. You can't even have a conversation with a high value man. How the French toast are you going to have a relationship? Hmm? You can't even have a 5-minute conversation without being contentious because you think somebody gives a crap about your money. Your money don't mean nothing to us. Did you hear what I said?
I heard what yes,
Your
yes,
money
Kevin.
doesn't mean anything to us. And a straight up man at 50, he's going to say, look, babe, we're going to live on my 50. He ain't going to let you put him up in some lake house to where he can't pay the mortgage and you got him in a car. And these men don't want to be kept men. You know the kind of guys that want to do that? Beta males. You want a punk. Go.
You're right, Kevin.
Excuse me?
You're right.
I
That's what happened
know.
before. That's exactly what happened before.
Well,
And I
all right. Well, uh,
yeah, you're
therapy.
right, Kevin.
Have you gone to therapy yet?
No, to
All
answer
this
your question,
damn money?
no.
Okay. Here's the formula. You need therapy, personal trainer, image consultant, matchmaker. Because you are far out. See, if you didn't have the money you had, there's no way you could be as detached and deluded you as if you had to go work in a call center or a regular job in retail. You think you can buy men. That's not how it works. You can buy beta males, but men, nope. And you know, getting that going well, you're not going to be willing to live it. You're not going to be willing to live it what the husband, if you could find him, would provide. And you don't want no $50,000 man either. You say that for a phone call, that's $25 an hour, man. That's $1,000 a week before taxes. $1,000 a week.
Kevin, if I may I retort?
Yeah, go ahead.
You made a very important point a few broadcasts, a few broadcasts ago, where you said chaos, where high value men do not want to deal with chaos. And when you said that, it truly resonated with me because I do not want that. I cannot afford that. I cannot afford chaos because obviously that's why when I mentioned I am okay with a 50,000, 60,000, honestly, Kevin. Man,
50,
that's why I
60,
said
70.
military, police, because they're more disciplined. A
That's what
military man.
you don't know that, ma'am. You don't know that. You're
Okay.
assuming that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You're in your head. You've made up a fantasy world. How many a $50,000? Do you know what a $50,000 car looks like? I mean, a car on a $50,000 salary looks like. You know what a home looks like. You know what the friends look like. You know what the school looks like. The kind of money you talking like you have, you're not gonna be able to deal with it.
That's a good point,
Forget
Kevin.
Tom Ford, Chanel, and Neiman Marcus. You're gonna be at Macy's and Ross. Forget Ruth Chris. You're gonna be at Outback on your anniversary. Knock it off, man. Therapy, matchmaker, personal trainer, image consultant. Have a good day.
And lipo.
For your brain. What the heck? We got to do a better one than that. What's going on with my taps, man? For me. Okay.
On your channel. I was kind of just browsing YouTube tonight and I kind of came along the topic.
Okay.
Um, I was raised in Mississippi and it was a thing for you to get married young, to cook clean, have the babies and that's kind of it. My mother,
Okay. Okay. So what I need from you is how old are you?
I am 24.
I need you to get to the question you have for me because there are 8 more people.
Okay. My question is, how do I become a wife if the type of men that I want to date are not available to me?
What do you mean they're not available to you?
I only want good black men,
What does that
and
mean?
they are not available to
Let me
me.
stop right here. Where are you? What city are you in?
I'm in Memphis, but I'm moving to DC soon.
Okay. 51% of black men are single and childless. 51% are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. So there is no scarcity of black men.
I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of factors that go
Uh-uh,
along with that.
uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. See, when you say I understand, but you basically just negated everything I said. There are no other factors. 51% are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. That means they're out there and available. Why can't you seem to find them?
I'm not sure. I get
Well,
approached, but I get approached by the wrong type of black man.
okay, hold on, hold
And
on, hold on. When you say good and wrong, what are we talking about here? What makes a black man good?
I I want somebody that is clean cut, educated, well cultured,
Uh-huh.
things like that. And
All right.
I don't want the guy that's smoking a blunt
All right. So you're from
outside of the
Memphis?
gas
You're from
station.
Memphis?
I'm not from Memphis. I'm from Mississippi. I was
Oh,
just in
okay.
Memphis for a job.
All right. So did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
Did you graduate?
Yes, I did.
Your degree is in what?
My degree is actually in pre-law.
All right.
I was about to go to law
All
school
right. So
this
how tall
fall.
are you?
I am 5'4".
Dress size.
I am an 8.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
I believe it was 167, 168.
Uh-huh. And if you had to give yourself a rating, just your face, fresh out of the shower, no makeup, your natural hair, what would you give yourself? You cannot use 7.
I would definitely give myself an 8. If
So
I lost a little more weight, I would be a 10.
uh-huh. So you give yourself, so I put you next to Beyonce, and you guys are on par with one another.
Well, Beyonce's a 10
No,
or
no,
almost a
no, sweetheart.
20.
She's not. She's not a 10. She's an 8. See, let me introduce myself. My name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional image consultant, and I do this in the real world. I evaluate people as a profession. Beyonce is every bit of an 8. She's a pretty woman, but she is not a 10. Kelly Rowland is actually more attractive than Beyonce. She's a 9. If you want to go
Wow.
look at, so you're giving yourself an 8. And what I'm hearing a lot, you're giving yourself an 8 because Beyonce is a 10. That makes you actually closer to a 6. Is this your actual picture?
Oh, I didn't know you could see my picture. Yes, that's actually me.
Okay. I mean, you're not an unattractive woman, but when I hear women like yourself start saying they want good black men and start with the pejoratives as if there's so many clean cut black men are hard to find, that's bullshit. The simple bullshit.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, the better question is if you're from Memphis and you're going to move to DC,
yes.
but where'd you go to college?
I went to an HBCU.
Okay, what state were you in?
I was in Mississippi. It was back when I was in Mississippi.
Okay, so
I
why were you
started,
not? So why were you not able to attract the kind of black men uh, if you went to an HBCU and you're 24? So you've been out of high school for 6 years.
at the time, I was more so focused on school. I did have a boyfriend
Okay,
for 2 years in college.
okay. And why didn't you guys get married?
I turned down his proposal.
Why?
I wasn't ready.
What do you mean?
I wasn't ready.
I don't know what that means, ma'am. So just saying it again doesn't give me any. You weren't ready, meaning what?
Um, at the time, I thought I wanted something else. I thought I
Meaning,
wanted more,
meaning,
and I
meaning,
ended up. I,
meaning, ma'am. You can't ask my advice and then just talk vague. I get very specific. You had a 2-year relationship from a guy you were with. You turned it down because you weren't ready.
yeah.
You wanted more, meaning
Um,
what? Somebody to earn more money?
I mean that really wouldn't make any sense if I'm working in the law field. Why would I need somebody who earns
I
more
mean,
money?
just because you have a pre-law doesn't mean you're working in the law field.
Not yet.
No, but
Well,
you're earning nothing. So I don't look, ma'am. I'm not trying to go. Either you're gonna let me do this way. You want my assistance? I'll give it to you. I'm good at what I do, but I don't have time to play.
mm,
And it
okay.
sounds like you, and it sounds like, honestly, ma'am, what I'm getting from you is the problem isn't the kind of men. The problem is in the mirror. What do you want? Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Do you want children?
Eventually, yes.
How many would you like to have?
Maybe 2 or 3.
2 or 3? Which? Preferably.
3.
All right. After you have your child, after you're married, pregnant with your first child, would you like to have to work to pay significant bills? Have to work to pay significant bills.
Have to work? No.
All right. So, how much would a man need to make to provide for a wife and 3 children for the kind of lifestyle you see yourself living?
Mm. Ooh, that would have to be a 6-figure job.
Ma'am, I know. 6 figures. How much?
I don't know because it would
Mm.
depend.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's very simple. It's a math equation. What do you
Okay.
plan on living in DC?
Foggy Bottoms, Capitol Hill, Georgetown.
Okay. And how much would a man need to make in that area?
We would need at least 200,000 a year.
Excuse me, ma'am. You $200,000 a year can't get it done in Tulsa. So you already are missing on some things. One,
Mhm.
this vague amount of good black men that exist that you can't seem to find. 2, you had somebody in a 2-year relationship that you say he proposed to you, you turned down because you weren't ready because you wanted more. And 3, to think you could be married with 3 children living in the DC Foggy Bottom Georgetown area on $200,000. No, ma'am, you're talking about closer to $400,000 or $500,000 a year. You need 350,000 here in Atlanta. See, you ladies never run the math. You ladies never do the math and ask yourself the kind of lifestyle I want and what I want, who's going to earn that kind of money? What kind of men earn $400,000 a year legally? How old are they? What age range? What age range would you have to be earning $400,000 a year legally?
Late 30s, 40s.
Late 30s. Late. What professions would pay you $400,000 a year legally in your late 30s?
Mm.
That was pathetic.
What profession would pay you $400,000 in your late 30s?
um, I'm not really sure.
Exactly. So again, you have all these parameters on what a
Mhm.
good black man is, but when I ask you to get specific, you get game goofy. Yeah. See, the professions that pay that kind of money, you're talking about being an attorney, a physician, or actually closer to a surgeon. High finance, owning your own business, all of these things, because you don't want to have to work to pay any bills. So honestly, due respect, man, you went to HBCU. Did you have to take out student loans?
Not all the way through, but yeah,
Okay, and you went to law school, or you plan on going to law school?
I was about to go to law school before the pandemic, but
Right.
now that has to be held off.
And how much is law school going to cost you?
An arm and a leg.
I asked you for a number.
I'm not sure in total how much law school is gonna
Ballpark.
be.
Ballpark. I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to bid you a good night.
Hmm.
How much in the ballpark it?
Um, I'm not sure. I would have to actually
So
add everything up.
this woman says she's 24 years old, guys. This
Yes.
woman says she's 24, and this is
Hmm.
the level of seriousness I'm getting from a 24-year-old woman talking about good men. This is that's what you're getting, ladies. I need you to understand. This is what's in the dating market. This woman can't even answer a direct question. Just ballpark it, and ask you for to be exact. How much does law school cost? And see, it
I
really doesn't
can't,
even it doesn't
I
even
don't know
fucking it
numbers.
doesn't even fucking matter. It's going to be over $100,000 a year. It's going to be over
Okay.
$100,000 worth of debt that this airhead is talking about. And she wants
Okay.
someone to take her college debt, consumer debt, law school debt, and then just put that on their back and marry her because she thinks she's an 8 living in Georgetown and having this fantasy life. And she's saying the problem is lack of good black men. As I said at the beginning, it is you. I need you ladies who are my detractors to understand. Would you
Hmm.
want your son or your brother who had to go out there and make himself a $400,000 a year earner to marry this? A woman who
I
has
never
no
said
clue.
that I was trying to marry a man for money. I
Well,
never
who
said
the fuck
that.
is going to pay the bills if you ain't working after you're pregnant?
You said if I didn't have to work. You didn't say
Exactly.
anything about,
Exactly.
you
See,
said if I didn't want to work, if I
well,
didn't
that's
have
the
to
point.
work.
That's the point. If you plan on working.
I plan on working now for myself.
I didn't
Yes.
ask you if you plan on working for yourself. I said after you are pregnant with kids. See, ladies, I need you to understand. This is why so many black women like herself are unprepared to be married, unprepared for a relationship, and they put it on men.
Okay.
Again, she had somebody for 2 years, and we
Yes.
know how this story goes. We know how
Hmm.
this story goes. You cute, but thought you could do better. But I'm gonna tell you, ma'am, let me back it down. The
Okay.
problem I'm with you is you need a reality check.
Hmm.
You don't know the kind of, you don't know the job, the professions, the you don't know any of the numbers. You guys are living this Instagram fantasy world thinking that it's
I'm not an
possible.
Instagram model.
I didn't say you in it. What the fuck did I said it's Instagram fantasy world.
I know, but you're
Oh, shut up. Your name is the real Olivia Pope.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Spotlight News. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Before we proceed, let's give respect to the fallen legend Papa Kevin Samuels for bringing out the Black Society work and to the community. First of all, let's say, may his work stay forever, may his legacy stay forever. By the way, we shouldn't bury this work because it's really good work. It's really good, something someone else can learn from, to the youth, to the coming upcoming generation, to the Gen Z, to the Geno and others. It's really good work. First of all, before I proceed, we are looking up to this lady. She said she divorced twice. And one question is, marrying and divorcing twice a God's will? Because it's like she was bragging, like she got married twice. It's like a God's will. Which kind of disrespect is that? And why would, if you get married to the first man and you divorced, you got married to the second man and you divorced, I don't think this all these two men can have a problem. Then it's you personally, the one person he gets married to them, who has the problem. Because at the end of the day, a woman, if you get, okay, the first divorce, I can say, yeah, things happen. But even the second one, you get married and still divorce, and it's something you brag around with. First of all, the generation we are living in, I don't know why most ladies, most especially the single moms, have seen the divorced one. It's like a lot of 90% of the ladies are the one causing the divorce. 90% of the ladies are the one causing the downfall of their marriages. Actually, these ladies, most of them, they don't look up to their kids, but they just take a look up to their benefit of living out, their encouragement of living out, before even looking up to the kids. First of all, I believe if you pray to God, and if you to pray for something, there is a way you will be revealed about someone. The person you're not sure of being with them, why would you at the first point make them a dad, or make them your baby dad, or make them your husband, and you feel you're getting married, but you're still looking up to. First of all, guys, you know that marriage is something, lifetime commitment. I would tell my girls marriage is a lifetime commitment. If you're not ready and you feel like the person you're going in for marriage, you're not well versed to the person, wait until you get that person you feel yourself with. Because for the man marrying one another, the society, there is a way they favor men in marrying from one another. But allow me to use this term. If a woman marries more than one husband, you're in the society, you're quoted or called a slut, a bitch, or a prostitute. Am I right? Am I communicating? So, ladies, my fellow ladies, don't fall in a trap of getting someone after becoming a dad to your kid, and you're like, I'm not really sure of this person. Let me move out. I'm looking for men with highly value qualities. I'm looking for men who will treat me like a queen. I'm looking for men who treat me like a princess. Actually, this video, Mr. Kevin Samuels was pretty patient with this lady. However much and the times this person was interrupting him, he was very, very polite. I don't know why. Not like other ladies who come in and they get mocked. But you can look at, okay, this is what they call defending your mistake. You can look at some ladies trying to defend out their mistakes, trying to defend what they are supposed to do. trying to defend their inability, trying to defend their shit, trying to defend their stupidity in front of the phone, in front of the camera. So a lot of ladies come into the show, it's like they have come to prove their stupidity, or they have come to prove their wrong deeds to be called right. That's why I would 1%, 100% say this guy was right to tell them the fact. Though we are living in a generation whereby guys don't want to be told the fact, guys don't want to be told the truth. Most people don't want to be told the truth and exactly what they have to be or what they have to do at the exact time. So at the end of the day, you find it difficult for someone to admit that yes, I did this in a wrong way. Yes, I did this in a wrong. This was wrong. This was right. The moment you sit as a person and you be like, yeah, first of all, what I did wasn't correct, or what I did wasn't what all did for. My dear, in life, life will move on well. The moment you start admitting your faults and you work on them. But if you try to live in denial and if you try to live in a society whereby you're denying yourself, even you defend your own deeds, it's like something good. You have to stand and be like, yes, I did wrong, but let me improve in one way or the other. I want to file a divorce, then you look at your kids, you look at your parents, you look at your family. Because at the end of the day, you're also disrespecting your family. The some people you call for this man, and the same people come for the other man you need to marry. You're going to get married to. So you end up messing up everything, and you end up totally looking like a public in the public, looking like a public woman. That's how I call it. That doesn't increase your value, but it decreases your value as a woman. And even little or less, people will sit and respect you for what you did. Unless something you're communicating is the right thing, but you can't tell me you're divorcing Christ and you call it high value, or and you call it something good and you call it something worthy it. So at the end of the day, what you look like someone who's unserious and so on.